in some ways, the time is really ripe for telling it now. And what I'm getting at there is, the heart of Brian, the human story behind Brian Epstein, is this fact that he was gay at a period of time when it was against the law, And so his friends and the people who knew him closely wouldn't talk about that, when talking about Brian, because literally they could get their friend thrown in jail, And then even when the law was repealed, it no longer was illegal, but it was still not socially acceptable. And the truth is, I think it really isn't until the past 5 to 10 years that these folks who knew Brian are willing to talk about it. Certainly we still have a long way to go in the world, but we're much more accepting and tolerant of those things than they were in the 1960s. And so some of these folks who knew Brian, I think they're finally now feeling like maybe it's okay to talk about it, And the other side of it is a lot of those people are getting really old. I'm really, really sorry to say in the past 2 weeks, we lost Nat Weiss, who was Brian Epstein's closest friend and closest confidant. And just a few days ago, we lost Sid Bernstein, who was the man that brought the Beatles over to the U.S. and organized the Shea Stadium concerts, and was also a great friend of Brian. Both Nat and Sid were very warm and welcoming and sharing of their stories with me, but they're gone, Sid was in his 90s when he died, so he did live a long and full life. But these people we're losing these folks, and I think they're realizing that it's okay to tell their stories, and if they don't tell their stories now, they're gonna go soon, and the stories will be lost. So for me, I'm so proud to be hearing these stories and to be telling them, because I honestly believe if I don't do it, they'll get lost. The stories will be lost in time. So in a lot of ways, I think that's why the Brian Epstein story hasn't been told before.